Why do certain teams satisfy their basic targets and stop, while others push past their required parameters to solve massive structural problems? The difference lies in the distinction between management and leadership. Most organizations rely on transactional leadership, a system built strictly on mutual dependence and exchange. The employee performs the work to secure that reward. The resulting output rises, but it eventually caps out at a flat line of basic compliance. This creates a static, predictable loop. For routine, repetitive tasks, like processing invoices or hitting a daily production quota, this system works. It cycles over and over, delivering consistent baseline results. However, this model lacks the mechanics to generate systemic innovation or handle complex crises. You cannot produce creative problem-solving purely by offering a standard bonus or threatening a penalty. Consider a mandate that resists simple, routine processes. For example, an organization decides it must raise ethical standards and eliminate harsh realities, like exploitative labor, deep within its global supply chain. Transactional mechanics fail here. You cannot mandate compliance through a simple bonus structure when dealing with suppliers multiple tiers down, where your organization has no direct formal authority. Securing real commitment across that kind of vast network requires a move from standard management to actual leadership. To motivate teams to tackle these large-scale problems, organizations must move beyond exchange-based tactics and adopt transformational leadership. Transformational leadership operates as a structured behavioral framework comprising 4 specific pillars. We can visualize this model as a 4-quadrant matrix. The first pillar is idealized influence. This occurs when a leader wins the respect, trust, and emulation of the team by acting as a living role model for the exact values they wish to foster. In our supply chain scenario, a manager might issue a top-down memo demanding that buyers secure ethical sourcing. A transformational leader steps into the field alongside the team. They personally model the necessary behaviors, taking on the most difficult vendor negotiations themselves. This demonstrates to the team that the organization is genuinely committed to the new ethical standard. The second pillar is inspirational motivation. This behavior focuses on generating a heightened awareness of the value of the organization's ultimate purpose. Day-to-day transactional metrics, like chasing immediate cost savings or quarterly margins, naturally distract from that higher goal. To counter this, the leader shifts the narrative. They move the focus away from cost reduction and clearly articulate the moral imperative of a clean, ethical supply chain. By clearly defining what the future should look like, they inspire followers with the desire to pursue it. Inspirational motivation connects a buyer's routine tasks directly to the broad moral impact of the organization. The third pillar is intellectual stimulation. Here, the leader actively supports learning, questions existing assumptions, and encourages creative problem-solving. This is the opposite of micromanagement. The leader defines the destination but avoids dictating exactly how the problem must be solved. Facing the ethical sourcing mandate, the leader challenges the procurement team to invent entirely new auditing tools and strategies to track deep-tier vendors. This supports people in safely stretching their capabilities and testing unconventional solutions. Without intellectual stimulation, teams will apply old, inadequate protocols to new, complex crises, leading to failure. The final pillar is individualized consideration. This requires the leader to treat team members as distinct individuals, acting as a dedicated coach and mentor. Executing a massive organizational change is stressful. It requires significant personal resilience from everyone involved. In practice, the leader actively listens to the specific constraints of individual buyers who are facing severe pushback from their assigned suppliers. Instead of taking over, the leader delegates authority, allowing individuals to navigate their unique vendor challenges independently. This provides the localized, tailored support a team requires to survive the intense friction of institutional change. Transformational leadership is not a singular action, but the compounding effect of these 4 behaviors working in tandem. Recall the transactional manager's limitation, securing minimal adherence to a new policy through basic financial incentives. By consistently applying the 4 I's, the team's capabilities expand until the output surges past the compliance barrier, reaching a new tier of innovation and strategic value. This framework moves an organization out of a state of mutual dependence and into a state of shared aspirations. Modern business challenges are too complex for rigid top-down instruction. Idealized influence, inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation, and individualized consideration are required to navigate this complexity. Leadership centers on inspiring high-level organizational achievement that moves far beyond baseline compliance.